Hello friends of Sandy's Adventures on YouTube and fellow YouTube videographers and users of videos on YouTube. I'm publishing this video to support Sandy's efforts with Better in the Garden. So for me, wine is better in the garden. I like wine just about anywhere, but it's especially nice in the garden. It takes a special kind of earth to grow the grapes for wine, and so enjoying wine in the garden brings the wine closer to its origins. Anyway, that's the way I think about it. I think it makes it taste better. My garden is a vertical garden, sort of like my wine bottle. It's called a garden stalk, and for me it's very beneficial because I don't have a lot of green space available to grow a traditional garden. So my garden is 5 layers high, and it's got several little different compartments to be able to grow things like I've got some sage growing here, I've got peppers, I've got a tomato that keeps bushing out but won't produce fruit yet, and some other things on the backside. I have a lot of empty spots though, and the reason for that is because right now in August in Florida, my soil gets a little too wet, a little too moist, although it's got a great drainage system, so it does drain through. But the humidity, I think, and the intense heat of the sun, even though it's not in full sun in this spot for very long, it takes a toll on some of the things that I would like to grow, like cucumbers and celery and carrots and other things like that. Anyway, the garden stalk, it's pretty perfect for me because it's on casters. I can roll it around, I can easily turn it so that the plants on the backside get their fair share of sun, and it is a workable solution for me. I have some additional green space in the back side of the house that butts up to a preserve, but there's a beautiful herd of deer back there, and they simply love all the herbs and sweet potatoes and anything that you throw back there that starts to grow that's green. They love to nibble on. So I have to keep my garden stalk on the front side of the house. That being said, in the fall, probably around October, I'll use some of those additional spots to grow maybe some additional herbs. I have some rosemary and some thyme in the back, and I have some oregano right in front of me, but some additional herbs because a good Boursin cheese spread on crackers would go great with my wine. Additionally, I'm thinking the peppers are going to flower and bloom. I'll have those for additions to a charcuterie tray when it's not quite as hot outside in the evenings and we can sit at the garden and have wine. Because wine is better in the garden. Everything's better in the garden. Go find your everything better in the garden.